Oh, hey, Amanda, over here. Yeah, over here. Hey, how are you? It's good to see you, Amanda. Um, I got your text message, which, I mean, you were lucky I got it, because normally when I get a text message, it's some miserable telemarketer. But, yeah, um, I got your text message, so here I am. Um, Where's Harry? Oh, he's not with you. Okay. I gotta be honest, Amanda. I feel a little uncomfortable being here just with you. Why? Well, I mean, um, technically, I'm Harry's uncle, but realistically, even though I'm his uncle and he's technically my nephew, we pretty much grew up together. Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's it's just one of those weird things, family connections, that sort of thing. But yeah, he and I pretty much grew up together as equals, but technically I'm his uncle. He's my nephew. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I, I, I'd really not. I really don't want to go over our family tree. There's no inbreeding though, so that's the main thing. But yeah, I feel uncomfortable because you're a married woman. I'm not your husband. Your husband is family, and he's not here, so I do feel uncomfortable. Well, what can I say, Amanda? I'm an old-fashioned sort of man. I don't think it's appropriate for me to be in basically an enclosed space. Okay, granted, it's a very large enclosed space. The public library on the outskirts of town, located in a very large old-fashioned building. Um, well, it's not that we're doing anything inappropriate, but sometimes if something looks inappropriate, that's good enough. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, your husband isn't here. I am. And even though we're in a large enclosed space, there's like only a handful of people in this giant public library, so I don't feel comfortable. But okay, you texted me, you said it was important. Uh, we're here, so what's the problem? Mm-hmm. 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 I see. Amanda, I know that Harry has been acting weird over the past year. Well, there's a reason for that. I mean, look, I understand you went through a lot with the accident, and it wasn't easy for you having to relearn how to walk. And I know that your physical therapist constantly kept yelling at you that this would be a lot easier if you were not as heavy. Mm-hmm. I mean, I would come, I would pick you up, and the miserable bastard was there making fun of you. Oh, you're so heavy, if you could just lose some weight. Yeah, remember that? Yeah, remember that? So, after you relearned how to walk, You went and you got that gastric bypass surgery where they pretty much went in, almost took out most of your stomach, left you with a stomach about the size of, well, I mean, you've seen a plastic sandwich bag, right? Yeah. Well, imagine a plastic sandwich bag sliced in half, and you have a plastic snack bag. Yeah. They left you with a stomach even smaller than that. So you started losing the weight, which, by the way, congratulations. Congratulations. That was absolutely wonderful. You lost the weight. That's great. And then you went and you saw that plastic surgeon because, well, look, I'm just going to be honest with you. Lots of flabby skin, all of it hanging out. I mean, you're a woman, so normally I wouldn't be this honest regarding your looks, but you wanted an honest answer. So you went in, you had the plastic surgeon nip tuck everything into place, take care of it, right? Right, okay. You managed to keep the weight off. And, yeah, your chubby cheeks became a bit hollow and skinnier. You went, you had your hair and makeup done. And, yeah. Now your husband is treating you differently. And you don't know why. Fine. I'll tell you why. But you're putting me in a really bad spot, Amanda. You really are. Look, you're a very pleasant, kind-hearted woman. And when my technically nephew married you, and we saw how well you treated him, it was obvious. You're completely in love with him. Him, well, you do love him a little bit more than he loves you. No offense. He still loves you a lot, but it's clear that you're obsessed with him. Thing is, though, he was ready to settle down. Yep, he was ready. Yeah, partying. He was over here and settled down. So, settled down. Both of you decided you didn't want children. Okay, fair enough. I know his mom was disappointed, but your decision and Harry's decision. So, I mean, no one's blaming you for that. That's not even the issue. The issue is, and wow, I am going to look horribly shallow, but I'll be honest with you. In the span of a year, you went from being a 6 to being a 9. Yeah. I mean, I will be completely honest with you. Even I caught myself glancing at your, for lack of a better term, new body. I'm sorry. I mean, you can get upset with me all you want. You can reach over this table and slap me if you want. But the truth of the matter is, physically speaking, If you showed someone a photo of you a year and a half ago, just before the accident, and someone is looking at you now, they would swear you are two different people, like not even close. They might see a slight resemblance in the face and be like, oh, is that your chubby sister? I mean, you look different. So much so that it took Harry a little while to notice. The rest of us noticed it before he did. We just didn't say anything because, well, you're family, we're family. It's not as though you were cheating on him or anything like that. Yeah, not at all. You know, I really wish we could have finished up this conversation without you asking me that. Look, Amanda, I know you're not cheating on him. Everyone in the family knows you're not cheating on him. We know why you lost the weight, because of the bullying from that physical therapist. We know why you're eating less, because of the surgery. And you decided that all that loose skin hanging out after you lost the weight was just unacceptable. So you went, you had the plastic surgery to remove it, and you donated the extra skin to the burn center, one community over. That was very kind of you. The thing is, though, physically, you became gorgeous. And it's not that Harry is insecure. Okay, yeah, that's it. He is horribly insecure. What do you want me to say? Harry is not the most... Oh, who am I kidding? He will never be on the cover of GQ magazine unless it's their April Fool's issue. I mean, no, my nephew is not ugly, but he's not the handsomest guy in the world either. Look, have you noticed that Greg no longer stops by? Have you noticed? Well, I was with Greg and Harry at the bar one night after work. And Greg, you know, he said something about your looks, your new looks. Now, he wasn't being insulting, he wasn't being vulgar, he wasn't being obscene, none of that. But Harry? Oh, when he noticed that his good friend Greg had noticed your brand new good looks and had made any comment about it, Harry flew off the handle, started screaming, shouting. The bouncer started walking over. I had to get in between the two of them to keep it from being physical. Now, thankfully, I'm a lot stronger than Harry or Greg, so I was able to keep them apart. The bouncer saw I was playing peacekeeper, so he backed off a little bit. But let me tell you something, that was not a fun time for any of us. When they were leaving separately, Harry yelled at Greg to never come by his house ever again, that he wasn't welcome there. So that's why Greg doesn't stop by anymore. I mean, you didn't notice? That was the reason why. I mean, look, Harry didn't used to mind when you would go out on a night out with your girlfriends, because everyone knew the deal. Look, you like having a good time, but you don't like drinking. And you have to admit, your friends, they love to drink. So even though they care about you, they love you, they want you to have a good time, let's face it, they know you're going to have a good time without booze. So they would invite you out. It's like, yay, we're all having a good time. Amanda's not drinking as usual. She'll drive us home. And you know that, Amanda. I'm not revealing any huge secret here, am I? No. But then you got good looking, really good looking. And now all of a sudden, Harry doesn't like it when you go out. And you can call that being insecure, but think about it. Someone who looks as good as you, now all of a sudden you got guys hitting on you, offering to buy you drinks, maybe having a hard time taking no for an answer. Now you're getting all of these men paying attention to you. And I know the type of person you are, Amanda. You're not going to go off with them. But you have to admit the temptation is there, especially when some of the better looking guys in town all go to the same club. And they're single. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? It's different now. It's different now because you're no longer seen as just the designated driver who wants to hang out with her friends, have a good time, and then drive them home. You're now one of the pretty people. You weren't before. You are now. And I don't mean to be harsh, but when you're one of the pretty people, you get treated differently. You get looked at differently. You got losers ogling you, fantasizing about you without your clothes on. And Harry, he works hard. He's not the best looking guy. You know, he thought he was marrying a good woman who would make a good wife and a great companion. Now all of a sudden in his mind, he's married to a supermodel who, and keep in mind, this is in his mind. I'm not saying you're going to do this, but in his mind, he's now married to someone way out of his league, at least in terms of physical beauty and good looks. So he's worried. He's worried that you're running around with other men. He's worried that you might be cheating on him. He is worried. And that's why your relationship has gotten different, and you've obviously noticed it. Look, you need to sit him down. You need to talk to him. You need to reassure him. You married a good man. I can tell you're still obsessed with him. But let's not pretend that you look like the same chubby, dumpy young woman that you were over a year and a half ago. Because physically speaking, you're not. You've still got the same personality, the same outlook in life. You need to remind him of that. And you know what? Do me a favor. Please keep my name out of the conversation. And please don't tell him that we met in private in this library, okay? I have a good relationship with him. I want to keep it that way. This conversation between us never took place, okay? I'm just saying, just do me that favor, Amanda. Now you know what's happening with your relationship with Harry. Sit him down, talk to him, leave my name out of it. Thank you.